was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Lucindy from Kraaifontein, Plugombos, and originally I'm from Eastern Cape, Mount Fletcher, a small village by the name of Ichisa.
Pumzam Nganqiswa from Philippi, and I'm an education student here at CPUT.
Hello, my name is Basanda Sondashe, and I live in Strand, and I'm doing my 4th year here in CPUT.
Hi, I'm Zinhle Nyaniso. I'm from Fishhook in a small location called Masipumelele. I'm a 4th year student at CPUT.
I'm Makita Mbulelo from Lower Crossroad. I'm also doing 4th year student here in CPUT.
What I understand about black tax is you going to university when your parents pay for your school fees, and then when you graduate and when you start working, you are expected to give back to your family, sort of provide for them, help at home and stuff like that. But I think, again, it restricts people. If you're gonna be always helping out, people at home will start to feel comfortable, and maybe your sister or your cousin will start to feel comfortable and not be able to go out and work for themselves in order to have their own income. So again, it's a good thing, but again, it's a pressure on you, but again, it makes people feel comfortable.
For me, in explaining black tax, I kind of understand it as basically giving back to my family, because obviously, as a young person, you understand your situation at home, and when you go into tertiary institution, you tend to understand that I want to break the cycle that is already there, meaning that you want to assist with the certain things at home, things like putting food in the table, just like the basic living conditions. If you are to check in, you understand that there are cracks in the house, the rain is coming into the house, you need to rebuild that house. So basically, you going into that school, there is that amount of pressure that you need to actually do good immediately, and then moving forward, you know that you want to make sure that your family is provided for in the later stage after you're done studying. However, at the same time, you are to look into it in another position as to like, you're looking at it and you find that this is too much pressure. I'm not actually coping at school, and there are other things that are actually impacting me in a sense that I'm not coping, it's difficult here, and unfortunately you are expected to just pass every subject and get done with your education. So black tax for me is a bit of pressure, but it's a bit of a motivation as well. That's how I look at it, unfortunately, from my side.
For me, black tax is, I think it's one of the most important things that we as young students have to maybe follow, achieve. Because if maybe we didn't have a drive, some of us would have dropped out of school and stayed at home. So I feel like it somehow pushes you to graduate and look for a job.
From my understanding about the black tax is that it depends on each and every household. How do they practice it? Because I think it's black tax, it's a sort of a practice. Because you find out maybe in your family you are the elder one. See, so now there are 5 children, and your parents, maybe your father and your mother. So you must go to university. It's like black tax is not about like going to school. They go and educate you and come back and work. No? You can go to work, and when you work, you know that it's your responsibility that you must take care of your family. But now the thing is, they tend to overdo it, as Tsekiso said, that they expect you maybe every month that, Mtanam, please, can you please this month maybe give me 1,000 rand? I want to do this and do this. They don't think that, they don't have that mentality that says to them that you as a student, that maybe, or as someone who's working, you also have your own life, your own things that you must do at the end of the day. You understand? So that, I mean, as a student, you know that we maybe for instance, you come from a family that has absolutely nothing. You see, so you are hustling here, even though you are hustling and you're still a student, but you still have, you see, to pay that black tax. I think it depends on how each like a household practice it, because it's a practice.
I don't believe that each and every black family enforces or expects black tax from their children, but it's a thing where in the families that are, what can I say, that are of lower incomes, or the families that have single parents or parents that are actually domestic workers, not families that have parents who are professionals. Because I've noted that in those families where the mother and the father are professional working people, maybe the mother is a nurse or the father is a teacher, this black tax thing is not that much into those families, but into the families that are disadvantaged to the point that only the mother is working and the mother is maybe a domestic worker. So we as the children are brought up to think that we must help out, and we know to help out because we know where the family is from. But I feel as though there's a double standard where you'd be the firstborn or the secondborn, and then the middleborn, or from going on from the secondborn children, they aren't expected to act in the same way that we were. They aren't brought up in the same way that we were, to the extent that when you finally work, you are expected to take care of their parents and also the younger ones, which might have not been brought up in the same way that you were, and forced with a sense of responsibility that you were also given. And in so doing, you find out that we take care of our parents, which we don't mind, and then we take care of the children of our sisters, which were not brought up in the same way that we were. So I feel as though I don't feel as though it's wrong, but I feel there's a double standard somehow there.
I feel that sometimes some other people do take advantage of the fact that they know that, okay, you were sent through to actually study. But everyone had the opportunity, the same, like I feel that at home you are all given the same opportunities. However, I feel like the parents sometimes, when they see that you are you good-hearted and you actually know what you want to do in life, they tend to I need you, 300, my son. And Glenyanga, can you please give me, I am working right now. I can tell you that much. If my father says, hey, bruh, I need 1,000 rand, there's something that we need to do here, though. He says it, and he's expecting it. Because basically, I grew up under him, and he was assisting me for my whole life. So I understand every day that if you want something, unfortunately, I have to give it. But sometimes, if you don't stand your ground,
the thing of the black tax, it came from a different generation from the generation esiphila kuyo thina. For instance, if we had, I don't have a kid, for example, but if I would have a kid, I would know that I have to invest for him, so that I say when he goes to varsity or to school, he or she has all the resources. Then when she or he is at school, I andigadanga ipaper kuba I did it because we thina kaloku we are imentali yethu ayifani nabantu basezilalini, you see.
But
So
do you have enough imali to save for her? Does your wages allow you to save with the duties that we have?
But I do not think it should be about that. I don't think it should be about you bringing a life into a world. When you bring that life, you need to understand your responsibility, your selfishness is out of the door, and then you actually start understanding that you're now living for a different person. Now, if you understood or you understand how you actually grew up and your background, you literally need to find ways to put money down for her future or for his future or for their future. It matters not how. If you're saying I want 3, then you need to understand that out of the 3, I need to make sure all 3 of them, their money is in that particular account and it's sorted out. Because I don't know how Abelungu do it, but they're doing it. And I don't think they all have money, but I think they were wise enough to understand, they conceive a baby, they started saving for it. You understand? And we only start saving when the child is 6 years old or 10 years old. We're late.
We
Exactly.
must come into the realization that if immediately when I work, I want to save 500 for an unborn child.
Exactly.
If I decide to 3 years down the line have another baby, I need to know that that is now 1,000 rands.
Exactly.
I need to know if I want to have baby number 3, that is now 1.5. I need to know that my luxury life is not more important than the children that I want to have or already have. So we have to think about these things in order for us not to repeat the cycle.
For me, I wouldn't expect black tax from my child, because I'll teach my child to be independent, to work and everything, as I am also working. So I don't think it will be necessary for my child to take care of me and, provide everything for me. I will expect a thank you, once in a while, maybe throw me a surprise birthday or something like that. But I wouldn't expect her to take care of me for the rest of my life. That would be just unfair to her, and as well as that family that she might have at that time. So I would think for my child, I wouldn't expect her to pay black tax, to provide for me. I don't think it would be fair for her.
I won't lie, I feel like I should work extra hard and extra hard to make sure that the background that or the foundation that I'm building now is or will not be the same like the way that I actually grew up and the way that I'm actually growing up right now. I'm hoping that I would not get my daughter to that position whereby she has to work while studying and doing all of those things. So the first thing, I need to sort myself out. I do not want to expect anything from her, but having her telling me that thank you, and I still enjoy seeing you being a healthy old man. I just want that for her. I really don't want her to grow up the way that I actually did. So black text for me and her, no. I don't think that's wise, no.
I wouldn't really enforce it on my child, but thank you maybe would be really nice when I do something great for her, but not to say you have to give me this amount each and every month, but a thank you maybe would be nice.
One of the reasons why I'm so careful not to have a baby is because I want to make sure that I've laid a solid foundation for them to grow up in. I want to make sure that I can support them first. I want to make sure that I can lead from example. I want to make sure that I'm transparent to the point that they take stuff off from me and they know to be independent and fully independent. I don't want them to live from paycheck to paycheck or plate to plate. I want them to be responsible, and I want them to be responsible for themselves and what they then bring into this world. My dream is to be financially stable and independent. My dream is to empower my mom. My dream is to empower my family. My dream is to help other people come to the realization that there's more to life than just sitting around and moping about all the negative things that life throws at you. My dream is that everyone realizes that life also has positives, and I want to help them realize those things.
My dream is to be able to fulfill my mom's dream, that is to build her a house and to also build myself a house. And being able to provide for my every need, meaning to spend on myself and buy myself nice things. And also saving on my sister's education and my babies as well.
My dream is, I would love to as we were talking about a black tax, I would love to change a perception of our parents, and also to change a perception here to China as students, as upcoming parents and upcoming teachers, that we should teach abantwana how to be financially responsible.
My dream is to finally have my degree. I can't wait for December till I obtain my degree. And also my dream is to see a black child succeed. I would like a black child to understand the concept of financial freedom, of starting your own business and just be financial independent. That's my dream.
My dream would be, my short-term dream is to graduate as a teacher, be registered as a teacher and be a full teacher. And then I have a story to tell, and that story would change people's lives. And that is the basic dream that I have. My story to change other people's lives. I want, and I am that story. I believe that I am that story. And I do hope that in the near future, that story will be heard by many and many to change their own lives.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.